Alright, hello from Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm going to show you my Silver Professor Oak Challenge file. And we're going to go through every Pokemon on it, and I'm going to tell like little stories about each one of them. Try and remember the rationale behind the nickname of each Pokemon. Because I think there were some nicknames that I didn't get to show off in the final movie. Go watch that movie, by the way. I put a lot of time into it. It took like a long time, sort of. So, let's go through all of this. Alright. Oh, look at the Pichu dancing down there. That thing's getting it. Okay, Alright, so first of all, we have Bedhut the Slowbro. This is my champion. It's a spoonerism of the word headbutt swapped around to Bedhut. I wasn't sure if I was going to call it Beadhut or Bedhut for the longest time, but I've decided on Bedhut. She carried this whole challenge. Seriously. We have my Tyranitar named Cruz. That's totally named after Richie's Tyranitar from the anime. I thought it was the coolest name ever when I was a kid. I always wanted one in Crystal on my dream team or whatever, so of course it's Cruz. Apom, shiny Apom named Office because I caught it at the office. Extremely rare type of shiny because I can't play Pokemon at the office anymore. It's not really encouraged. I still go on walks to play it though. That is encouraged. We have the shiny Victreebel named Emphysema. Go Emphysema! Go Emphysema! My family named that. I was just chilling, playing this on the TV, and we were sitting around chatting, and I asked them for nickname suggestions, and they decided Emphysema. So, this is my lovely Emphysema right here that I caught. Then we have the shiny Meowth named Jeez! It's named after something Calzone said in my Indigo Disc movie when the door hit him. It's a phrase that I didn't realize would be so significant, but Kotatsu and Unova, she has added G's to her vocabulary because of it, and it has definitely gotten into mine as a result. She caught this in the car on the way back from the beach. Really epic Meowth. Here on the scene. I'm here on the scene. Anyway, we have a Dragonite next, Dr. Agonite. You see, like, Dragonite starts with a DR, and that stands for Dominican Republic. Then we have this Pidgeot named Atlanta. I caught it in the Atlanta airport as a Pidgey while flying. This Furret was also caught at the airport, named after the wet floor sign, but really it was named after the band Wet Floor from Splatoon 2. We have Eradicate named Mr. Cheetah, named after... Whoa, that thing looks shiny with the coloration. Stadium colors are weird. I named it after the really epic picture of a mouse named Mr. Cheetah. Unfortunately, I believe Mr. Cheetah was revealed to be AI generated, but I've seen lots of human-made Mr. Cheetahs as well. This was a human-captured Mr. Cheetah right here, so he's not AI generated. We have Sunny, the Noctowl, because I caught it as a Hoot-Hoot on a sunny day outside, even though it's supposed to only be caught at night. We have the Ladion named Sculpt, named after the pencil sculpture in the Atlanta airport, which is actually made of crayons. I received a comment not too long ago that kind of put my mind at rest, mind at ease a little bit. Apparently, in French, they call crayons pencils. So, now I understand why it's such a thing. This Beedrill, named Pencil, is the same situation, actually. I was so bent over it that I named 2 bugs after it. If you ever go to the Atlanta airport, go check out that pencil sculpture. Maybe if we complain enough, we can change its name in Pokemon Go. Or maybe we shouldn't. Maybe it's part of history now. Also, we have this Graveler here named Beach with a bunch of H's afterwards. So it's more like Beach. I caught it at the beach as a Geodude. We have this unknown named A because it is the letter A. We have Onix named Rocky. That's the in-game trade Onix. We have no choice over its name. Also, it never becomes a Steelix. Still holding a bitter berry. It's probably even bitterer now. It's been over a year. That thing is probably rotten. We have this Bellsprout named Gator. I caught it in the presence of an alligator, and I thought I would train it up to be Victreebel, but Emphysema had other plans. This guy got benched forever. Poor Gator. And then we have Dunsparce named Plainsparce. I thought my whole first flight to Super Smash Con, I would spend it just looking for the 1% Dunsparce, and I got it before we even took off, which was epic. Oh, this Fearow is named Fearow. That's a really creative name. Wow, I forgot that I didn't name it. That's weird. We have the Togetic named Casino. This thing was obtained, the egg was obtained at the Margaritaville Casino before my brother got an impressive profit of 29 cents from going there. Never stop gambling, you'll always win big. That was not a serious sentence, please don't listen to me. This Kingler is named Literature. I named it after the literature-only pocket in front of me on an airplane. Yeah. Tentacruel named Jump Scare. I was watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. There are jump scares in it. Parasect named Afton, also FNAF. This Poliwhirl is named Ooh. I don't remember why I named it Ooh. I don't think it had anything to do with what I was doing on the plane at the time on the way to Japan. I was just feeling an ooh. This Ampharos is named Lambda. That's like a Greek letter. And it's also like a lamb. Not an interesting name. This Fortress is named Bullet Train because I caught it on the bullet train. Jumpluff is named Charla. I believe that's also a Five Nights at Freddy's reference, unless there's not someone named Charla in that movie. I've only seen it once on a phone. I might need to rewatch it soon to confirm that. If I re-record this video, I'll get the Charla confirmation, official, trademark. Arbok, Snakes on a Plane. I still never have seen that movie. I don't know if I ever will. I don't even think it was that good of a movie. But I'm going to keep referencing it every time I catch a snake Pokemon on a plane. That's just how life is. This Seeking is named Fish Dark because I caught it in Dark Cave without Flash. I was fishing in the dark for it. Why is the back of it green? This Quagsire is named Ah. This is a very similar situation to Ooh. I don't know what I was thinking in the moment, but it definitely looks like an Ah. This Gyarados is named Fazbear, also definitely after the Five Nights at Freddy's movie I was watching on the plane on the way to Japan. Caught a lot of stuff while watching that. Crobat is named Croco. I believe I caught it in the presence of alligators, which are not actually crocodiles. But I guess I went with Crow because, like, Crobat. Execute, this one's named Llama. I couldn't tell you why I named it this. Apom named Window Seat. I could tell you why I named it this. I was sitting on the window seat of the bullet train when I caught it. I made it look like I caught the Apom at Monkey Mountain in the movie because it was more poetic, but really I actually did catch this on the bullet train. I lied. I did battle some Apom at Monkey Mountain, but now you know that I'm a liar. You can go back and dislike the movie. Actually, please don't do that. That would be really bad. Please don't dislike the movie for that. Heracross is named Shinkansen. That's like a bullet train, because I also caught it on the bullet train. This Quillfish is named Vanessa. I wish that this was just a spur-of-the-moment decision, but I think this was also Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't remember the details of the movie, though. Venomoth is named KFP, which stands for Kung Fu Panda. I know it's not Kentucky Fried Phoenix, like that one VTuber or whatever. It's Kung Fu Panda. Machoke Muscle. This is an in-game trade guy. Look at that menacing stance. Would not want to run into one of those. Sandslash named Goldman. I think this was named after a gold file that Kotatsu found. Or just some Pokemon file. The guy was just named Goldman, which was funny. Hypno named Quismas. I caught it around Christmas time. And if you say Christmas by changing the R to a W, get this, it becomes Quismas. Alright, Sunflora named Concern. It's like Sunkern, but you swap around the S and the K, and it sounds like it's really concerned now. I was pretty concerned about this one because I lost the footage for it. It literally got corrupted. A lot of the stuff that happened around the new year of this year, while I was transferring it, something happened to the computer while I was transferring it, and a lot of stuff just got straight up corrupted, and I didn't notice for weeks. Pinsir named Pinsir. Epic nickname. Igglybuff named Igglybuff. Also, wow. Stantler named Nara, after the place where I saw a lot of deer in Japan. I did not catch this in Nara because it's way later in the game from where I was in Japan, but I still named it after that place. Saw lots of deer. One of them sniffed my Game Boy SP. I'm grateful it didn't bite it because they have a track record of biting things. It would have been so sad to lose the Rebecca Bass to a Game Boy SP to a deer biting it. Yanma named Noodles. I don't remember the story of this one. This might have also been while I was watching Kung Fu Panda, actually. There's some noodles in that movie. I think it was. Butterfree named Po, Kung Fu Panda reference. Blossom named H. It was originally an Oddish named H for Calzone, but became a Blossom. I still haven't gotten word from Cal on how he feels about this. Pincer named Mountain Explosion. Now that's a little segment of the movie that also got lost due to corruption, except maybe like a second of it. I had this off-brand Mountain Dew called Mountain Explosion, and I tried it on video, and it was a lot bigger deal, but most of the footage was lost, so it only became a footnote. Really tragic. Raikou named Twitch. So the three beasts were caught in the car on the way home from the beach. We were talking about, like, Twitch stuff, me and Kotatsu, and she just named it Twitch. She caught all three of them. Suicune named Womp Womp. I think she said Womp Womp at least like 15 times throughout that weekend. That was just one of the catchphrases of the weekend, so Suicune was named that. Gramble named Centrit. I was passing a float that was made up of like people dressed up in US president wigs. And Kotatsu and I, we have a running bit involving a certain Centrit who's the president of all the Centrit. So I named the Snubble Centrit after the president float that was going by because it reminded me of President Centrit. And that's the most, like, confounded, I don't even know what the right word is, explanation of that, but that's the explanation. There actually is one. There's a lot of logic that reaches that conclusion. Corsola named Early Flight. I had to fly out early, and I caught this Corsola and named it as such. Shelter named V-Day. I caught it on Valentine's Day. It's the only thing I caught on that day. Kadabra named Concierge. I was watching Pokemon Concierge when I got this from the Game Corner. Watched that all in one night. It was really good. Miltank named Bead. This was during the Mardi Gras parade. People were throwing beads, so I named the Miltank after it. I wonder how it feels to be named after Mardi Gras beads. Tauros named And Cows. That looks so green. That looks shiny. Oh my gosh. This is after one of the many horse videos that I play on stream. There's one that talks about the horses and cows joining together, and it's really beautiful. And it ends in hashtag horses and cows. But in the video, the voice that reads everything out loud, the text-to-speech, says horse, sand, cows. I wanted to name it Sand Cows, but I just named it And Cows. Because Tauros is, believe it or not, a cow. It's a bull. Giraffe Rig named Longnall. This is just a palindrome like Giraffe Rig is. It's Longnall forwards and backwards. Eevee named Beevee. That's like Eevee if it was a bee. Guildmaster Wigglytuff, Mystery Dungeon reference. Also, what happened to its face? I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Its mouth, that's not how Wigglytuff works, right? Its belly goes up a little bit more, I don't know. I need to go back and look at Wigglytuff. This looks off-model to me. I might be wrong. We have another Pinsir named Pinsir. Boring. Another Pinsir named Pinsir. I must have caught quite a few for bug-catching contest purposes. That's what was going on with them. We have the Feraligatr named Berry Pokemon. I eventually said Feraligatr right there. I named it because of all the berries we needed to collect at the beginning, but also after our rival, Barry, from Gen 4, because his name is also Barry, and I like the fact that you can use those Pokemon symbols, so I named him Barry Pokemon. Sudowoodo named Taco Bell. I caught this at Taco Bell with my brother, and she's beautiful. Tangela, Call Me. I think I was listening to the Bev and Bob cover of Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen when I caught this, if I remember correctly. Dugong named Marinette. I was watching Miraculous Ladybug for the first time in a hotel room. It was like a fever dream. Of course, I had to name it after that. Entei named Miguel. This is named after Spider-Man 2099, also caught by Kotatsu in the car. I think she kind of likes that character. Entei named Shiny, because I think it might be a shiny one. The red Gyarados. Golduck is named T. Okay, I don't remember what the story behind this. I actually don't. But it's a fully evolved Golduck. That's cool. Psyduck named Crouch, because I was like ducking in real life for it. Lapras named Travel. Okay, the Golduck was caught on a walk. I was walking down the road. There was nothing to the left of me, nothing to the right of me. There was no inspiration. I think I just named this thing T with a question mark. That's really weird. Lapras is named Travel. because I think I was traveling when I caught it, as with most of these Pokemon that I caught. Smeargle named Llamas. I don't remember having 2 Llama Pokemon on this file. I have the Execute named Llama and the Smeargle named Llamas. What's up with that? I don't even talk about llamas all that often. They are not a very frequently thought about thing. Maybe I kind of just default to it whenever I'm thinking of nicknames. I need to, like, look at my inner psyche and, like, look into, like, why llamas are popping up so often. Nidoqueen named Tigress. That's a Kung Fu Panda reference. Wobbuffet named Dark Dealership. I caught this in Dark Cave without using Flash, which is, you know, in the dark, and I caught it in a dealership. So this is a dark dealership, but I also like to imagine the concept of a dark dealership, like a place where they sell you black market cars. Weezing named California. It was a coughing I caught in California. Magneton named Pal Channel. This is named after one of my Twitch mods and fellow shiny hunters, Magnemite, who hunted Jirachi in the European PAL copy of Pokemon Channel and actually got it. So, named it after Magnemite. Electrode named Volti, in-game trade. No story behind that. Azumarill named Pika-Blue. It's real. Persian named Ondasine, like Meowth Ondasine. He's just a little bit larger now, Ondasine. Farfetch named Desert Diva. This is named after a Longmont Potion Castle prank call, I believe. The Coffin Shop one, where he's calling under the name of Uno Sarkagian to a coffee shop, asking if they have any... what are their rates for Alligator Monday, which is coming up. And someone was described as the Desert Diva in that call. This Shuckle is named Rock Mountain, which is after the Rocky Mountains, which I was flying over when I caught it. This Umbreon's named Shmup, which is not short for shoot 'em up. It's an affectionate term for a dog, you know, a good old Shmuppy, you know? Igglybuff is named Lil Doofus, because look at that thing. It's, of course, it's a little doofus. Why do I have 2 Igglybuff? Espeon is named Shmuppy. That's the other affectionate term for pup. They are not shooting anything up, I promise. Smoochum's named Pure Rage because its sprite looked so mad. Looked angry. Jinx is named Miku Forest because I caught it at the Rainforest Cafe on the Miku Expo trip. Rhyhorn's named Coco Melon because it's a little baby Rhyhorn that was hatched from an egg. So I like to imagine that it watches Coco Melon in the Safari Zone. Rhydon is named Dawn. That's an in-game trade. It also has a blue horn. What? Lugia is named Dorito. I did that whole Doritos challenge for it. Piloswine is named Lickitung after the Supreme Arcanine's famous Lickitung clip from Legends Arceus. Lickitung? Then we have the Donphan named Cafe, also caught at the Rainforest Cafe. Skarmory named Uwee-oo, which is after, like, the Anamanaguchi song Miku. You know, I'm thinking Miku, Miku, Uwee-oo. This Delibird is named Episode 61, after one of my favorite Let's Plays on all of YouTube, which is unfortunately lost media forever now. It was the greatest Episode 61 I've ever seen, and it's deleted from history now, but I have a local copy of it. Maybe one day it'll resurface, and I'll talk more about it. Okay, we have a Seadra named Adrian, also Miraculous Ladybug from the one episode I watched in that hotel room. I'm glad it had a permanent impact on this playthrough. We have a Magmar named Sonic. I don't know why I named it Sonic. Oh yeah, now I do actually. I think there was like a dumpster that had some graffiti on it with Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was near that whenever I caught it. Maybe. And this Magby has no name. That's a boring baby. Alright, we have Haunter named Planegar, because it's like a Gengar pun, but it was caught on a plane. But then I realized after naming it that it will never be Gengar, so it's kind of a pathetic name now. We have Octillery named Doll. We were at like some cafe that I think had like Dahlia in its name or something when I caught this, and unfortunately I think that place is gone forever, but it was really good. So I'm glad that I have it memorialized forever as this Octillery. Also, shout out to Fisherman Wilton. I got him first try whenever I was actually going for it, but on the car ride back from Miku Expo, Kotatsu spent like over an hour trying to start and stop daylight savings time to get Wilton to call about the Remoraid outbreak. It was really funny. This Doug Trio's named Trugdio. That's like another spoonerism, like Bed Hut or like Concern. This Diglett's named Lookie because whenever you look at its sprite in the menu, it's like looking back and forth. It's given a good lookie. This Snorlax is named Yes. Do I remember why I named it that? No. I was just sitting at home at my desk. I'm sure it wasn't an interesting reason. Hashtag Murkrow. My famous Murkrow from my Wonder Trade Gauntlet and why. An absolute legend. That thing soloed through the whole game. This is like its older brother. Alright, we have Lantern named Lumens. This is named after a little Chinchou light thing that I picked up in Japan that lights up, and it's really, really bright. It's got a lot of lumens in it, and we always refer to it by the lumens whenever we see it. This Grimer's named Bartender. I don't think I was at a bar when I caught this. I think I was just at home at my parents' place. I don't know why I named it Bartender. This Muck is named Sub. I guess, like, is this... I don't name Pokemon to, like, tell you to subscribe to the channel, but, like, maybe I did. This Kangaskhan's named Elsbeth. I'm kind of amazed at how I don't remember why I named it this. Marowak is named Faster Bro. Cubone is named Darkness. I don't remember any of these. I was watching TV with my family when I caught these, so maybe they were named after various shows. Oh yeah, I think Elsbeth is a TV show. Maybe it's that. I think I was just naming them after random commercials and stuff that were on TV. Rapidash, now I can give the story behind this name though. This is Tamiche. I got some horse game for the 3DS, or the regular DS, sorry, that has the default name for the player as Tammy. And I picked up a used copy of it, and I was really confused about the file because the file was named Tammy CCE, Tamiche. This was talked about in my Wonder Trade video earlier this year in Ultra Moon. And I was really confused about the reasoning behind the name until I started a new file and saw the default name was Tammy. So they couldn't figure out how to delete the old characters to start putting in their real name. So Tamiche has become one of my favorite horse girl names. As well as Winnie DCE. Winnie's the default horse name, and Winnie DCE was the name of the horse. We have a Doduo named Blackout. That looks so shiny. Look how green that dude looks. This was caught when the power went out. We had some really bad storms back in May that were like basically like hurricane. They felt like hurricanes to me. There was like some tornado activity and stuff, and then the power went out, and I just did a lot of silver gaming in the dark. Dodrio's named Outage. Very similar reasoning, story, etc. Nameless Hitmontop. How sad. Womp womp. Hitmonlee in the dark. That's like the Fallout Boy song. Hitmonchan at home. Because I got this at home. It was a power outage at home as well. Misdreavus named Metamucil. Now the story behind this is after my first Misdreavus that I caught in Crystal, I named it Metamucil because I remember hearing that on TV when I was like 6 years old, and I thought it sounded like the coolest thing ever. Like, man, Metamucil sounds like something that I want to own. And then I learned later on that it was like a fiber supplement, like a laxative, a stool softener type thing, which made the cool name of Metamucil so much funnier, and that's always stuck with me. The Sneasel's named No. Yeah, there's really... Oh, yeah. Getty asked if I could name a Pokemon after him, and I just said no. This Ho-Oh is named Bird. Wow, that's a really creative name. Elekid named Elekid. Boring. Mr. Mime named Crime after Mr. Crime. A peeled Mr. Mime that unfortunately regularly resurfaces on my stream. We can't stop Mr. Crime. We have Cleffa named Cleffa, just Fa, because I know of someone who pronounces Cleffa as Cleffa, and it's the funniest thing ever to me, and I will never correct him. The Selectabuzz is named Curmudgeon, because its silver sprite looks like he's like an angry old man who wants me to get off his lawn. Macargo's named Fred. There was no reasoning behind the name Fred. Or maybe there was. Maybe I was watching like an old Fred video or something, like the YouTube channel. If there was an inspiration for Fred, it was probably the YouTube channel Fred, not Mr. Flintstone. Nameless Porygon, more like a Borygon. Xatu named Lil Bunny. This was caught during the Springfest Splatfest in Splatoon 3, where you had like Team Lil Chicks versus Team Lil Bunnies versus Team Lil Cubs. I was on Team Lil Bunny all the way. Team Lil Bunny, ride or die, fry or die. They didn't win, but I got a Xatu named it. This Blissey's named Estates, because I was like going past a fancy neighborhood that called itself like some estates whenever I caught it. Nidoking named Tai Lung, that's also Kung Fu Panda. I caught it during the same watching of the first Kung Fu Panda. It's just further down in the boxes. Kung Fu Panda was not like a brainworm that was stuck in my mind long enough to like be like, oh yeah, I gotta name this guy after another Kung Fu Panda thing, because I've still only seen the first movie of that. I don't know if I'll watch the others anytime soon. This Clefable is also named Fa, you know, like after Clefa. I don't know if the guy pronounces it as Clefari or Clefable, but I know there's Clefa. Houndoom is of the hour. It's the Hound of the hour, Houndour. But now it's a Houndoom, so that joke doesn't work anymore. Raichu named Ryan Chu, because shout out to Ryan Reynolds. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds right now. Everyone shout out to Ryan Reynolds. If you're watching this right now and you're feeling some sort of call to action in the comments, please shout out Ryan Reynolds right now. Ninetales named Baby Jesus. Now, this one was when we were on the way to a hike around Christmas and New Year's. There was this huge group of people outside one of the universities that were just holding up signs that said honk for Baby Jesus. So I named my Vulpix after it. This Starmie's named Parade after the Mardi Gras parade I was going through. An Oddish without a name. This was just an extra Oddish I had to catch. Pichu named Kyodai, which means brothers, like the Pichu brothers. They're the Pichu brothers, but I'm sure you knew that. Okay, Lickitung named Pile of Swine. Same Lickitung joke from Dallas's video. Aerodactyl named Aeroy. That is just an in-game trade. And that's it, we did it. We went through all 133 Pokemon on the file. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the supplemental content to the Silver movie, and maybe it gave you a new perspective on it. Bye.